This is the Create Your Own Space podcast, the podcast where we provide industry-leading information on balustrading products, the do's and don'ts that will help you create your own unique quality spaces for your home renovations or new build projects. Alrighty guys, welcome back to Create Your Own Space. Today we have an amazing show for you. I have just in front of me JP. He is our resident tech guru, and if you need to know something, this is the guy that you go to. Good morning, JP. How are you?
Hi, Fred. Thanks.
Good. So, JP, you and I, when I started here, you were my go-to guy for pretty much every video I did because you know so much, right? Yeah. So, how long have you been here at the company?
Just over 6 years.
Just over 6 years, and I got to say, guys, when I say he knows pretty much everything, he does. So, JP, one of the videos that you and I did was about the drainage of our systems, right?
So, with the drainage of the system, so our systems got track that sit on the floor, and sometime you would want the water to evacuate away from that bottom track on the floor. And we do provide a spacer. That you can put
like this one here.
This one, a spacer here, a 5mm spacer that you can put underneath the track, and it will be located at every location of your fixing.
So every place where we have a fixing,
you just slip that in.
You slip this in, and this will give it a 5mm. So
5mm space.
5mm space. So with this, would you go any higher than 5mm or any lower, or is 5mm say the max that you would go?
Okay, so the standard system's got a particular height, depending on what system you're using it on. Now, what is happening is when you slot the 5mm spacer underneath the system, what you're doing is you're keeping the handrail at its normal location, but what you're doing, you're lifting the bottom rail up towards the handrail.
Right.
Now, the gap between these two is normally the glass. Now, while there is enough tolerance to accommodate a 5mm, probably up to you can double up on your 5mm and 10mm, but you are playing with your tolerance. So your existing tolerance will be a little bit restrained. Yeah,
I got you. So the handrail will always stay the same, which is what, 1100.
If we are talking about Aerofall 1125 and Orbit is 1145.
1145. So those have to remain fixed.
That remain fixed, and your bottom rail is moving up towards the handrail.
Okay, so with the drainage, is there a difference from, say, a wooden deck or, say, like a concrete floor? Would the drainage be the same on those, or how would that work with this system?
Yeah, so basically you need to assess and see whether you need it in the first place. So if you are on a roof where it's all, the roof is doing the drainage, so example, it's a full, complete, let's say, a resin GRP roof or anything like that, the likelihood is that the water will go towards the bottom track depending on which way it's falling.
Okay.
Whereas if you're having your system on top of a deck, and most deck will have some sort of gap, and the drainage is happening below that wooden deck, or these days you also have composite decking, then really it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
We are able to span some great distances without posts, and I've seen other systems, and there's like a post every 2 feet or something. Can you explain to us how we were able to do that?
So we are able to span in our full system. We're able to span the most, which is 4 meters, and that meets 4 meters between 2 points of support. So you got a couple of different type of points of support. So if you said some of the system can't do it, it's mainly because they don't have the feature of being able to attach to the wall. So they are fully independent.
Okay.
So yes, we are able, but obviously attaching to the wall will be one of that.
So that's
starting
important.
point.
Right.
And then the other feature of the system that allowed us to do this is the way the glass on each section is positioned between the two of them, create a structural point, point of support.
Right.
So that we're talking about the corners, and these corners, they will be up to 110. I mean, after 110, they are not that strong anymore. But and each of these glass do that. And the other thing is, obviously, as you can see, our Aerofall system is not your standard handrail. It's a little bit chunkier, and it's got a lot more structure internally.
Okay.
And I'm sure you'll be able to show that.
Yeah.
And also we are able to reinforce it. So add more material to it if required,
if needed,
to basically bring the strength to it. Because all what you're doing, the reason you probably see competitors having posts sooner, it's all about deflection. So you want to limit deflection. If you keep going longer and longer, it will start deflecting,
right.
and then you will come out of the requirement of building reg.
Like the calculations.
Calculation says, well, it says you need to design a system that doesn't deflect from its original point when you lean on it more than 25 mil away.
Right.
So as I said, is having these features where you're able to reinforce when required,
right?
And these glass that work
together
on the different section to make it a point of support and bring strength in there, allowed us to do that. And a lot of people are surprised, and they're in their mind there can't be a corner without a post. Where's the post? And they're trying to force us to put a post in the corner, but
we don't need it.
We don't need that.
And this is within our hybrid system, correct?
Yeah.
So so we have the orbit system and the aerofoil system within the hybrid. So what are the actual links that we can go within the aerofoil system before we do have to introduce a post?
The maximum length between posts of support, between point of support in the aerofoil system is 4 meters.
4 meters. And within the orbit system?
The orbit is 3.3.
3.3. So once we introduce a post, how far can we go before we have to introduce another post? Is it the same distance?
Once the post is introduced in the section, then in an aerofoil, you will be expecting one to be not further apart than 2.1 meter.
Right.
And in the orbit system, it's 1.9.
1.9.
Yep.
Okay. So the glass components of this, is the glass reinforced in these systems, or is it just...
In the hybrid system, we'll use a 10 mil toughened glass.
So it is toughened.
Toughened glass.
Right.
It has to be, because that's UK regulation. It has to be toughened.
All right, JP, man, thank you for that. That's some great information. And is there something that you would like for our customers to know in regards to the systems that you're asked maybe on a regular basis?
Yeah. One of the things that I think customer can look into and make the most of, one of the feature of our system is the ability to, if you do plan ahead and you're able to sort of structure everything out in a good timing, you are able with our hybrid system to be able to go for an option of below. So what below mean is that if you've got posts in your system and you've got that option of having the posts buried into the structure.
Okay.
And the reason I think this is great, and it's what you see, the final product,
right.
And what you see, you don't need to see. You will see the system with only the tube coming up, and the base of that system will be all buried in. And I think it bring a lot of aesthetic to your project.
Something very pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, being able to hide a good amount of the system.
Right.
I mean, a square base of the system and being underneath, but that required some planning. So. And we do offer that. A lot of customer will pay an extra delivery to get these posts sent out to them well ahead in their project,
right? And
have it inserted, whether it's in the concrete, fixed to a concrete below, and then build the deck. And then what you see from the deck upward is just the sleeve coming up,
right?
And the system, and that I think just bring a little bit more. A more pleasing system
to it. All right, so that actually leaves. So that post or that sleeve is actually telescoping, right? So even with the base below the deck, we can still get to 1125 on the hand railing, correct?
Yeah. So the system is telescopic. So basically what it is wherever you decide to put steel posts,
right,
and then you build your deck, what we provide you on the second delivery, second dispatch, you will get everything to start from the deck upwards. So the sleeve, the bottom rail that sit on the deck upwards. So that's basically from there on, you will get your 11, your minimum of 1100 from as per building reg. We provide our system a little bit bigger, just you want some flexibility there. But it is telescopic. And the good thing also is, if ever somehow you needed this steel to be further down, there will be already done to allow you to do that up to 300 mil. I would say you can have this steel further down,
Okay.
300 mil.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. You know what? I hope you guys enjoyed our time here with JP. As I said, JP is the technical guru, and I could probably sit here and go on and on and on all day long, and he would have the answers for us. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. And whatever project that you're working on, if you need help and if there's something that we have that you want to take a look at, just head on over to our website or give us a call here or come visit us here, and we'll see what we can do for you. Alrighty? Until next time. Bye-bye, guys. JP, thank you, man. Alrighty.